Hey guys, welcome to the Starts at Home channel.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about the
Pilates.
Pilates and
Kids and politics.
politics.
Yeah, guys. Today, since we are in an election period, we got Donald Trump, we have Kamala Harris. Both are going for president, and we have to vote. So this is not to endorse any president. This is just to give my kids a bird's eye view and an overall thing of what's happening and how government works and all those type of things. So just to let y'all know, we recorded all this and everything just shut down. It didn't work, so we got to redo it. So hopefully we get to do everything like I did before. Before we start, do you guys know anything about the government?
Yes.
What do you know?
The three things.
There's three things.
Branches.
The three branches. And
No baby talk, please. Thank you.
Judicial.
Judicial.
I forgot.
Judicial.
Legislated.
Hear my phone, KK?
And the legislative.
Judicial.
All right, can I have one at a time? Because y'all both are kind of confusing me.
Judicial. All right, can I go first? All right, I'll say all three.
Go ahead.
Judicial. You're going to say
ahead,
after.
KK.
Judicial, legislated, and
Appreciate it.
no.
Legislative. Judicial. And
That last one, they just can't get. Let's see.
executive.
Executive. Mommy, did you know that? Did you know there's three parts of the government, not four?
Yes. Of course you did.
Yeah, I've known it like most of my life, but that's something they definitely teach in elementary school.
Yeah. But guess what, guys? I have Riz, though, so it don't even matter.
You have no riz.
What's Riz? Oh, I gotta watch.
Charisma.
You have to watch the
Yeah,
video.
watch the
I'll
podcast.
watch
Watch
it.
the podcast.
But
All right,
it's
so
on-
listen, y'all.
on
There,
Facebook.
today, real quick. We're just trying to add value to parents to the kids that don't know anything about government yet. So let them watch this to give them a breakdown of a high view. And like I said, we're not endorsing any politician or anything. We're just giving the kids a very high view of politics and how they all work. So I'm gonna be reading the script. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to read a script, okay? And then I'm going to test them and see if they know and what they know, see if they remember. All right. Hi, kids.
Hi.
Today we're going to learn about three parts of the government, all right? Executive, legislative, and judiciary or judicial. What's the right word?
Judicial.
Judicial. All right. Let's start with executive. The executive part of the government includes the president and about 500,000 workers. The president makes sure all the laws are followed. The president is chosen by the people of the United States. And guess what? The president has to be 18 years or older, just like you need to be a certain age to drive. All right, that's the
Or be in the
executive.
NBA.
So who's the leader of the
Wait,
executive?
18? I thought it was 35.
Google it while we're doing that. All right, so executive branch. Who's the leader of the executive branch, Tia?
Government. I mean, a president.
President, yeah. All right, step 2, legislative. The legislative part is also known as. They don't know.
Rule. I mean,
Congress. Congress is
Senate.
divided into two parts.
House of
The
Representatives.
Senate and the House of Representatives. Hold on, let me finish this and we can
Go
get to
ahead.
it. All right, Congress is divided into two parts, the Senate and the House of Representatives, HOR. Oh, I like that. They make the laws for the country. What were you going to say?
Well, back to your question about the president. So the Constitution lists 3 requirements.
35.
Okay.
The president must be at least 35, be a natural-born citizen, and must have lived in the U.S. for at least 14 years.
Wow.
So you have to be born in the U.S., you got to be at least 35, and you have to have lived in the U.S. at least 14 years.
14 years. So you guys will not be able to be president. So sorry. Because you're only young. That's all. All right, so we did legislative and we did executive. Last part of the government, right, is judicial or judiciary, however you say it. The judicial, now you tell me if this is right, includes 9 justices in the Supreme Court. And these judges make sure the laws match the Constitution. Caleb, what's the Constitution? Is like a big rule book for our country.
It's the foundational tenets of our country.
Can't be taught.
All right, you gotta explain what a tenet is,
All
because
right.
an 8-year-old doesn't know what a tenet is.
So
Not
it's
8, I'm 9.
oh.
Not just you. I'm saying even kids that watch it.
So it's the basic ideals. Okay, that's too big of a word too.
Break it down.
It's the basic characteristics of our government. So it's really the way.
Is it like the? Never mind. Go ahead.
What?
Is it like the 10 Commandments of the Bible?
I mean, it has a similar context. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That we'll keep it that simple.
Right. So and then, so it's really foundational. Expectations for the way the government and the way that the citizenship is supposed to function in the government, and then all the laws that are established beyond that have to not conflict with the Constitution.
Oh my God.
All the big rules come from all the laws and all the regulations that give the details for how to administer the laws. That's where all the detail comes from. The Constitution, in comparison, is much more straightforward.
Good. That's why she's here. You dig. But anyway, those are the 3 parts of government.
Wait, you missed something.
What did I miss?
In the judicial branch of government, you talked about the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a whole system of federal judges, which are at that overall level, state and local government.
Thank you. You have that, Riz.
I do.
Yeah. So those are the 3 parts of government. And it is important, especially for us as African American kids, and myself, my wife, it's important for us to vote, because a lot of our ancestors or people that came before us had to fight to vote and had to die for us to vote. So I think it's important as far as just showing honor and respect.
They had to die?
Yeah, we couldn't vote years ago.
It's definitely been a process to get to the point where everybody in our country could vote. So it started with women and them getting their right to vote, and then eventually became ensuring that people of color, black people, all other people of color would be able to vote as well.
But because we are followers of Jesus and the Bible, I want to give you a quick story of how Jesus handled a government issue. So there was a time in the Bible, in Matthew 22, there was some Pharisees. First of all, do y'all even know what a Pharisee is?
Yes.
Pharisees and Sadducees.
So what are they?
They were enemies
Who were they?
of Jesus.
They were what?
And they enemy of Jesus. That's why Jesus was on the cross.
Ooh. So they were kind of law keepers. They were religious. So they didn't believe Jesus because he kind of said some things they didn't agree with. But anyway, so the Pharisee in Matthew 22 and a Herodian. Herodian was people that followed King Herod. You know who King Herod is? They tried to kill baby Jesus. Yeah, so they both tried to trick Jesus and say, we'll get Jesus with this question. And they was like, so Jesus, should we pay our taxes? Trying to confuse Jesus. And Jesus was like, hell, hand me your coin. And back in their day, their coin was called a denarius, which is kind of like a coin. I don't know what it's equates to, like a penny or a nickel or a dime, whatever, but it's like a coin. And they handed him the coin and they said, whose picture is on this coin? And the picture was Caesar. Caesar was on the coin. Caesar was like some kind of government figure. Would you say he's like the president of their time? Some kind of ruler?
I don't know. Right. I don't know what his...
He was some kind of ruler in government back in the Rome days. But they said, whose picture's on there? Caesar. And Jesus said, hey, give to Caesar what's Caesar, and give to God what's God. So that example shows that there's a place for us to follow rules in the government, and there's a place for us to still fear God, that being on top. And I'm going to read something real quick on that. Jesus affirmed that the government makes legitimate requests of us. We are responsible to God in all things, but we must be obedient to government in matters civil and national. So voting, we can do, being a part of the choosing process to pick a president. I believe that's something that we're supposed to do because we're in this nation, we're in this country. And then also in 1 Peter 2:17, it says, Peter said, we fear God and then we honor the king. And honor the king, back in the day, they had kings, but today we have presidents and different leaders. So it's the same type of thing. So we are supposed to fear God with our choices and also honor the government. So do y'all have any questions on this? Was it confusing? Was it pretty simple to understand?
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple?
Simple.
Pretty simple. So when y'all get 18, I guess you guys will be time to vote. Maybe when they turn their time to vote, maybe the president age will be 18.
Doubt it.
That would be crazy.
Who would want to vote for an 18-year-old president that doesn't hardly have any life experience?
I mean, they did it in the Bible days. Jehoshaphat was a 4-year-old king or something like that.
4.
Starts at home, home, home. Starts at home, home.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Kids in Politics. We wanted to give you guys some insight. Hope this helped. Hope this add value to your home. And we will catch y'all next Saturday at 12. We will catch y'all next Saturday at 12. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Peace out. Yay.